Hello, my beautiful ones. Welcome to a new Pick a Card reading. I can't believe that we are so close to the end of the year. And so I'm excited to do this reading for you because we're going to be going in deep on what's happening in your connection for the rest of 2021. So this is between you and your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved, your crush. We're going to go in deep on what to expect in this connection for the rest of 2021. So if you're new to this channel, I'm Dr. V. Welcome. So happy to have you here. If you're already part of the amazing Live Tarot family, I just want to express my deepest appreciation. Thank you all for your love and your support. So today we're going to do something fun. This is going to be a pick a deck reading. So I have 3 decks here for you. I'm going to show you which each deck is, but we have deck number 1, deck number 2, deck number 3. Now you can pick any one you want, or you can pick them all and take the messages that resonate for your situation and leave the rest. So please do be gentle with yourself. This is a general reading. Not everything may resonate for you. So deck number 1 is the Venetian Tarot. Deck number 2 is the Arcanum Tarot. And deck number 3 here is the Venetian Carnival Tarot. So go ahead and make your selection, and we're going to be starting here with deck number 1. My beautiful group 1 that chose the Venetian Tarot, here is your reading. We're going to be going in deep on what's happening between you and your person for the rest of 2021. So we're going to start here with your oracle cards, and then we're going to get into your tarot. So let's take a look here. So we have surrender to non-action. We have never-ending story. Wow, we have transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. Beautiful. Sorry, I forgot to read this one. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Very interesting. And then last one here we have is 7 deadly sins, humanity's destructive traits. Wow. All right, so what I'm feeling here is that there's definitely been some struggle in this connection as we're coming into the rest of 2021. I do feel that for many of you, there may have been some sort of an ending or a pause on this relationship, but I do feel that it was necessary. Okay, so if you've been going through struggle or separation here, I feel like Spirit is saying that this time period between now and the end of 2021 may be a very important time for both of you to maybe step back, take some breathing space, and heal. Okay, and start to get very clear on what it is that you want to do next for this connection. What is it that you want to manifest here? Because I'm getting a lot of energy of confusion here. I'm also getting the energy of like a repetitive toxic pattern that I think is what got in the way of this to begin with, because we're getting 7 deadly sins, humanity's destructive traits. So there's definitely an energy here of something that has been going on between the two of you that may have become toxic. And it may even be influences that have come from outside situations, like either third-party situations, but as I always say, that doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic third party. It can be any kind of person or external situation that is putting undue stress, pressure, or blocks into this connection. So there's something that has gone on here. And it's interesting because we're also getting this idea of deadly sins. And to me, this is also very indicative of the death card itself in tarot. And it's interesting that that also came up with this energy of transformation, because the energy of death is always the energy of transformation. That if something has come to an end here, that means that you have opened up a space to transform something. So it's interesting because you will see this a lot if you follow the work of both Esther Hicks of Abraham Hicks and Esther Perel, who is a very famous psychologist who specializes in relationships. And I feel like that energy of what they teach is very much coming through here for you, in that both Esthers, interesting, Esther Hicks and Esther Perel, both of them repetitively say that oftentimes you may have different relationships with the same person. So it's not necessarily that you leave the relationship with the person you're in order to have a new relationship or in order to have transformation. But if two people are willing, it is very possible to leave the past behind and renew the relationship as a brand new relationship, even though it is with the same person. Now that's the energy that I'm getting here for the two of you, that both of you have it within you to have this transformation and to have a brand new relationship coming into 2022. That this is an energy of, this may feel like, quote, an ending right now, but the ending is of whatever has been toxic here. The ending is of, what are the aspects of this relationship that are no longer serving both of you? And can you both come together to identify what that is? And can you then transform those things? Can you let go of anything that was toxic, anything that felt like it was deadly? That it was very traumatizing or very toxic or destructive to this relationship. And if you can do that, then you can stop the never-ending story, because I do feel that there has been a repetitiveness to this behavior. There's been some sort of repetition of toxic energy, repetition of hurt, blame, or negative energy that has come through a lot, and that has been very, very trying for you. See, look at this person here. Like, they've really come to the end of their rope, right? They're just done with this never-ending conflict. And so I feel very much that you and your person as well at this time may be feeling very drained with the things that you have been dealing with, very emotionally drained, physically drained, just feeling like there's nothing left in you, like you feel very spent, like you've given this relationship, this love, this connection, everything that you've gotten, everything that you had inside, you gave. And I do feel for some of you, there's a definite sense of pain over the fact that you feel like for all that you've given, you don't feel that you've gained enough in return. Or it's almost like for some of you, and this is not for everybody, but for some of you, you feel like you got nothing in return for everything that you've given. You feel like right now you may be kind of like sitting here by yourself, feeling like, I gave this my all and I still ended up with nothing. I still ended up with zero. And so this is why I feel like Spirit is saying maybe this is the time, if this is how you feel, to be still and not take any more action, because you may have already done everything you could, right? You may have already put in all of your heart, all of your soul, all of your effort into this. And if you're not seeing the results, if you're at a standstill, then maybe it is time to simply breathe and focus on your own power and let the other person come to you. Okay, let them come to you if you feel that you've done everything there is to do here. But again, like I said before, there is definitely an energy here though, where if you were to just step back right now, take a breather, focus on your own healing. Let this never-ending story end for now. Let this part of the relationship, that energy, end. Because I feel like that is the energy that is coming through, that you guys will end that part of the relationship. And as the Esthers say, that it is absolutely possible to have a transformation and a new relationship with the same person. You don't necessarily have to leave that person and get somebody new in order to have that new relationship that you want, or that new kind of energy that you want. You can still have that with this person. I feel like this is what Spirit is saying. So what else do we need to know? What else is happening in your connection for the rest of 2021? Spirit, can you please tell us? Wow, all three of these just fell out. I'm going to take these. What else is happening in, let's get one more, this connection for the rest of 2021? Wow, see? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so look at this. I want you to see, because I just feel like Spirit is so amazing, so beautiful. Look at how each of your tarot absolutely correlates to the oracle card that it came out with. So to me, this is Spirit confirming exactly what needs to be done here. Look at this. So we have surrender to non-action with justice. Okay, we have never ending story with the Tower. We have transformation with the Wheel of Fortune. And we have 7 deadly sins with the Devil. So definitely, okay, like I said, I do feel that this Wheel of Fortune is going to be the main theme of this relationship moving forward into 2022. You are definitely coming to the end of a particularly difficult, exhausting, and possibly negative cycle. But I love this Wheel of Fortune for you because I feel like this is such a happy, beautiful, positive card. It indicates that the two of you have been going through some sort of a karmic cycle that has been very difficult. But I feel like Spirit is saying is that it was a necessary part of the development of your overall relationship, and that whatever struggles that you've gone through right now are actually going to help you to transform and have a better relationship in the future. So there's definitely, you know, with this Justice card, I feel like there's definitely the sense of taking this time of non-action to bring yourselves back into an equilibrium, to bring yourselves back into a sense of peace, a sense of healing, and a sense of balance. Okay, and I feel like this is something that is coming from universal energy. So it's like you may feel that you were treated very unfairly in this, and I feel like it may have come upon very suddenly. Something was building up over time. There was a definite toxic energy here, some sort of toxic situation, bad energy. Again, I'm feeling that it has to do with outside situations as well as kind of the internal issues that you and your person were dealing with together. Like, how do outside situations trigger our internal responses, right? Oftentimes the best test of seeing where we are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, intellectually is to see how do outside forces, other people, other situations, how do they affect my understanding of myself? How do they affect what I want to do, how I want to act or react to a situation? It's oftentimes the best test of us seeing where we are is to see what our trigger points are. So I feel like there was something here, a sense of imbalance, a sense of unfairness, a sense of lack of equality in this relationship that may have been building up for quite some time. Someone here was feeling like they are not getting their due. They for what they're putting in, they are not getting back what they deserve. And so I feel like something happened here that made this really come to a head, and it really buckled quickly with this Tower's energy. So building up over time slowly, but then there was a major Tower moment that happened here where all of it just kind of came together all at once. And this is why I feel like there was some sort of a separation or a temporary ending that has gone on here with deep amounts of struggle. And so I feel like as this became this never-ending story, as it became kind of like the same repetitive crap over and over again, somebody decided here, I'm done, okay? It's over. I'm not going to keep replaying this situation again and again. I'm not going to let myself get back into this quagmire again and again. I feel like I'm stuck in the mud here. I'm not going to do it. So something has ended quickly, but I do feel that your person, if you're the one who said, I'm done, I'm stepping out of this right now because I'm not getting what I wanted, I feel like your person was really shocked by this. Okay, they were extremely shocked by this response, and it sent them into a tizzy. Okay, they are really, really having a very hard time with whatever has happened here with the Tower energy. Even if they don't show it externally, they are having a very hard time with it. And now it's like they're having to look at their own demons. They're having to look in the mirror and take a real hard look at themselves and a hard look at what have they done. What have they contributed to this? What kinds of inner demons were they dealing with that triggered them into whatever has happened in this relationship? So this Tower moment has really opened up the wounds, but in a way where it's like you feel like you've been cracked open so that new light and new understanding can shine through. Okay, so your person, they're taking a very hard look at how, this devil's energy has really led them down a destructive path, because I feel like that path has led to them losing you, right? Or losing this relationship. So let's take a look at what else is going on in this connection, Spirit. And if this video resonates with you, please do make sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's absolutely free. It means so much to me, and it really helps the channel, guys. So thank you for that. So let's take a look at what else. Yeah, see? Oh my gosh. Yeah, beautiful. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to end here with advice from your spirit guide as you come into the end of 2021. What does your spirit guide want you to know? So we're going to take a look at that as well. So yeah, see, there is a definite, very deep connection here. Soulmate energy coming through. That's why I'm saying this relationship is blessed. This relationship was meant to go through this particular cycle at this time. And there are very deep lessons to be learned here. There's a lot of growth that is happening here, but essentially you are still each other's home. Okay, and look at this beautiful, cozy, warm, secure. There is still a sense of home, a sense of belonging that the two of you feel with one another. And that is not going away. That is not going away. That is still there regardless of what has gone on here. And so this is why I feel like you guys are, in these next few weeks, and as you get into the next year, you guys are going to work this out. You're going to find your way back to that energy of home and soulmate. This negative time period with the Tower, the Devil, all of that is going to work itself out. You're going to be committed to working it out. I feel like it was necessary. You needed to see this cycle. You needed to see these parts of each other so that you have a very accurate understanding of who you are and what needs to be done here in order to heal and to move forward. Because look, we're getting a lot of big goals that you guys have that you're going to have, and you're going to be working on together as you move into the next year. Isn't this so beautiful? So many things that the two of you want to accomplish here together. And I feel like once you work through these darker energies and you get to the other side of this transformation, you are going to be finding yourself back in a very, very fruitful, very deep, very powerful partnership, because you're going to rebuild. You're going to rebuild this, and you're going to start pursuing these beautiful big goals that you have together. And your spirit guide is, oh, this is hard for me to pronounce, Melchizedek. I'm so sorry. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. See? So to me, this is all about the fact that you guys right now are definitely dealing with a little bit of a pause, right? Little bit of, let's take a breather, let's heal, let's not do much, let's just let this be for now while we learn our lessons, as we learn our lessons to come back to one another, right? Inner study now required. You are going to progress further. That is for sure. So this is a good gestation period. This is a good, a good period for you guys to kind of come back into this realization of who you really are to one another, because you really do have a very deep, deep soul connection here. And that's not something that either of you are going to let go of easily. All right, so let me know what you thought of this in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below. Thank you for being here, guys. I love you so much. I'll see you all on the next video. My beautiful group 2 that chose the Arcanum Tarot, here is your reading on what's happening in your connection for the rest of 2021. So we're going to start with your oracle cards and then we'll get into your tarot. So let's take a look here. Surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. All that glitters. Interesting. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Beautiful. Friendship. Nurture your relationships. This is very interesting to me. So I feel like you and your person, your relationship may have gotten to be a bit too much. I feel like there was some level of delusion in this connection. And it's interesting because I feel like for many of you, this connection may have started as a friendship. This may have started as somebody that you felt very close to, somebody that you may have gotten to know either through work or school or through a mutual friend or a mutual family member. But I feel like because it started out more as a friendship, as you maybe hanging out with this person, talking to this person, I feel like there was some level of trust here that came through a little bit too quickly. You know how sometimes when somebody comes into our life in a particular way, we may trust them a lot sooner or a lot faster than we should. And I'm not saying that this is some evil person that, oh my God, you should have never trusted. But I feel like you may have rushed into this because there was some sense of level of false trust that was created early on. But I feel like that sense of trust, the way that you trusted this person, was not something that person earned. Okay, so it's like they didn't earn your trust, but they got your trust by being in the right place at the right time. So you see the difference? So, and I feel like we can all do that in life, right? Like obviously, if we meet somebody or fall in love with somebody from our current environment where we feel like, oh, we've known them, we've hung out with them, we were, quote, friends before, or they were, somehow related to or connected to somebody else that we know, we don't really put them through that natural process of vetting that we would put them through if they just came into our life in another way, right? Like where we weren't necessarily friends. Maybe we met on a blind date. Maybe we met on a dating app or a dating site, or like, you know what I'm saying, right? There's two different energies there. You're going to be much more careful when you meet somebody who's out of the blue, somebody who you don't have a specific connection with, or you don't have people in common. So I feel like for many of you, that may be how this started. And so initially, because of the way that you guys got close to each other, it may have been a little bit more misleading than you thought. And so I feel like in your friendship with this person, in the way that you guys started connecting and spending time together, there was a lot of stuff that was very glittery. Okay, so this person may be very, very demonstrative. Like this person may have swept you off your feet. They may have, wine and dined you. They may have given you gifts. They may have expressed, all kinds of romantic feelings. You may have even had a little voice in your head say, is this too good to be true? And I'm not saying that it actually isn't. I'm just saying that there may have been an energy here of too much too fast, too much too soon, not enough time building real trust. So this is why I feel like this connection may have gotten a bit too fast. It may have gotten a bit too volatile, and the stakes may have been raised rather quickly in this. So this is not, I'm not getting that this is the relationship of like a slow and steady burn. Like, not like this slow and steady, we should get to know each other better. We should, because I feel like there was something that was already binding you or bonding you to begin with. So because you felt that kind of false sense of trust or false sense of knowing this person, you jumped into the relationship faster, which again is very normal. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like now what's happening in, for the rest of 2021 is that you guys may have really like put the accelerator on this relationship, and it's time to, take your foot off the accelerator, slow the relationship down a little bit and start to build some real trust. It's time to start setting a little bit of limits on this, because I do feel that this all that glitters is not gold is definitely something that you may be learning at this time. I feel like, you may have built this person up in your mind a particular way because of this friendship or some sort of knowledge you had of them. You may have trusted them very easily. But I'm not saying either that they were not deserving of your trust. I'm not saying that this is a backstabber or a betrayer, but what I'm saying is I feel like Spirit is saying is that you need to slow down and give yourselves time to get to know each other better, and to not make assumptions on what you already thought the other person was like based on the friendship that you already had, or based on mutual friends or acquaintances or family members that you already had. So don't base this relationship on assumptions. You need to step back and take some time to truly get to know each other, because there's things on the surface that are glittering that are taking your attention away from what is real. So it says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So again, it's okay to slow this relationship down. It's okay if you feel that your person is going very fast, or if you feel that this relationship is going very fast. It's okay to say no to certain things. If you feel pressured, or if you feel like your person wants you to do certain things or behave in a certain way, it's okay to put a little bit of the brake on this relationship, especially for the rest of 2021. This may be a very good time for the two of you to be a bit more peaceful. Maybe take it slow. Maybe just really start to get more intentional, more conscious when you're together. Have deeper conversations. Maybe ask each other some of the tougher questions to see, is this person somebody you see yourself growing old with? Is this person somebody who will have your back in the long term? Or is it more just exciting in the moment right now? Like it's just so glittery, it's just so exciting, it's just so adventurous, but you're not really sure about the long-term prospects here. So Spirit, what else should we know about what's happening in this connection for the rest of 2021? What else should we know about this connection in 2021? Well, this one fell out, so we're going to take it. Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. And the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised here. So now, do you see how we're getting Pentacles energy here? So this tells me again that Spirit is saying, yes, this connection has a lot of potential. Especially because if you did start out as friends or acquaintances, co-workers, students in the same class, something in that where they are in your everyday environment, and so you feel very comfortable, right? You already have that comfort level. You don't have that initial awkwardness that people may feel when they have just met, or when it's a stranger, right? Like you're trying to get to know somebody that you just don't know at all, right? Like you don't have anybody in common. It's a totally new person. But I feel like this is why we're getting Pentacles energy, because this is Spirit saying, yes, there is excitement here. Yes, there's a lot of things that are bright, shiny, cool things about this relationship. But in order to really make the right decision and do the right thing, Two of Wands, moving forward, you need to slow it down. You want to slow it down so that you can succeed in this relationship. Because if you continue to have no limits to it, if you continue to just accelerate, it's going to run its course. And you don't want it to do that. You don't want it to just be this like explosively intense, passionate, energy, right? Fast. Like this is amazing. This is just, we're getting caught up in this. But sometimes those kind of connections, if they continue on like that, they also fizzle out, right? They also just have a particular energy to them and they tend to run their course, right? So if you want this relationship to be more long-term, if you want to grow into this relationship, Spirit is saying, Knight of Pentacles, okay? Start really focusing on not just the passion, not just the romance, which is wonderful. It's a good thing, very good. But now start also asking the more important questions. Like, yeah, we have this like crazy connection. We have so much passion, so much romance, so much like, energy. Can we put a foundation underneath it? Like, what is the practical foundation? Is it just all emotions in our head, in our hearts? Or do we have lives that can be combined here? Do we understand each other at the more practical level? Do we have the same vision for the future? See, this King of Pentacles, he may not be the most exciting guy in the world. Very conventional, right? Very practical, almost boring. But I feel like that may be what this relationship needs as the next thing that you guys need to talk about. And I don't mean, make your exciting relationship boring. But I'm saying is that if you want this to really work long-term, if you really want to be together in a solid way, you want to put a solid foundation underneath this, it's time to see if this person really has all of their ducks in a row when it comes to their life. Do they have good prospects for the future? Are they in a good position to be an equal partner to you? Do you want the same things? Like, do you both want family? Do you both want, where do you want to live? Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Do you want to live together? Do you want marriage? Do you not want marriage? There's a lot of foundational elements of life that is kind of needs to be discussed as the next level here. Because if you guys don't do that, I feel like Spirit is saying you may start to feel a little bit stressed in this relationship because it has so much passion, so much energy. But if it doesn't have the foundation of a shared vision for the future, then it's going to make you feel a bit more uncertain. It's going to make you feel a little unstable. It's going to make you wonder where this is all going. And if it's going so fast, you want to slow it down so you don't start feeling the panic of, okay, wow, this is like moving really fast, but I don't know where it's actually going. Okay, so for the rest of 2021, I think it's very clear so far that Spirit is saying, let's slow this down. Let's really just get peaceful. Let's get grounded. And let's start seeing what our focus is for our future. So what else? What else does Spirit want us to know here about this connection for the rest of 2021? As I always say, no matter how much I practice, as soon as I get excited, which I am right now for this reading, my shuffling skills go out the window. What else do we need to know? And then I'm going to pull a card here for advice from your spirit guides. So what advice does your spirit guides have? Does your spirit guide have as you move forward here as well? All right, so see, this is what I'm saying. Again, I feel like Spirit is very, very adamant here that you guys do have a really beautiful connection. Soulmate energy coming through here. A lot of passion, a lot of sparks maybe flying right here. Again, I feel like you do have a deep sense of trusting each other because you have definitely known each other before. Either you've already known each other in this lifetime, as in, you've already had some sort of friendship or you're in each other's environment, or you feel that you have been connected in, past lives, like you've been soulmates before. Like there's something that you very much recognize within each other. But this is why I feel like this can be a bit misleading, because it can give you sometimes a little bit of a false sense of security about what it is that you want to achieve in this lifetime, right? So even though there's a lot of love, trust, again, I feel like Spirit is saying is that the heart-to-heart conversations here really need to happen so that you guys don't get stuck. You guys don't get stuck in just the excitement and the kind of like that that big velocity, right? Like that really fast moving energy of a very exciting relationship. You don't want to end up getting stuck because you're so enjoying the ride, which is wonderful, that you may be overlooking certain things that should be talked about. So I feel like, again, for the rest of 2021, are there things in this relationship that are not being discussed? Are there things in this relationship that are being denied or repressed right now because you guys are moving forward so quickly and you guys don't want to ruin the ride? You don't want to ruin the journey, right? Right? But something in you, there's a little voice in you that's saying that there's certain things that need to be discussed here. There's certain things that will need to be worked out. And I don't want to lose this relationship or struggle in this relationship by continuing to deny it. So again, Spirit is saying, open yourself up to slowing this relationship down a little bit, in the sense that it's time to start talking about some of the more important things, so you can put out the fire before it starts, as in like put out any kind of like difficult energy that may be coming through between the two of you. Okay, so let's take a look at your spirit guides. Cernunos, life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Ooh, see, this is what I mean. Like, I really feel like this is a very, very sensual, exciting, amazing connection here. So there is definitely a sensual energy coming through here. But again, oftentimes when we have that crazy physical chemistry and that amazing passion, it's all good. But we want to get to a point where we also start talking about you know, what our vision for the future is. What is it that we want for our life? Like, how do we want our life together to look? Are we on the same page? And I feel like that is the next step for the rest of 2021 and going into 2022. This is what you guys are going to be working on. So this is really wonderful, beautiful. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe, like, and share. It's absolutely free and it means so much to me and it helps the channel. So thank you so much, guys. I love you all and I'll see you all in the next video. My beautiful group 3 that chose the Venetian Carnival Tarot, here is your reading on what's happening in your connection for the rest of 2021. So we're going to start here with your oracle cards and then we'll get to your tarot right here. Let's see what we have. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Come to the edge. Interesting. Commitment. Beautiful. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Beautiful. And let's see, gratitude. Be grateful for all you have. This is really interesting. So what I'm feeling here in your connection between now and the rest of 2021 is that you guys have been through a lot together. Okay, I feel like this connection has stretched you. It has literally forced you to grow in so many ways. And now, by the end of this year and into the next year, I feel like both of you are going to step into creating a much deeper and greater commitment. But I feel like that commitment that is coming, or that is practically here now, that you're already kind of talking about, you're already discussing, I feel like it's been a long time coming. Okay, this is something that you have really had to work on. I'm also getting the energy that there's been a lot of ups and downs in this connection over time. This is not something that you guys take for granted. Okay, you have fought hard for this connection. That's the energy I'm getting, that, you know, both of you have, you know, at some points even decided to give up on it. Like, you got so close to the edge, oftentimes with the struggles that you've gone through, with the obstacles or blocks that you've both encountered in this connection, that I feel like there have been times when you are ready to quit, but there was something in you. Maybe the voice of the divine, maybe the sense of this very deep connection where you just felt like, this is my person. I mean, no matter how hard it's been, no matter how difficult things get, I cannot imagine my life without this person, because this is my person. And I feel like this is what you have felt, and that's what's kept you from going over the edge. Because I feel like both of you in this relationship have definitely come to the edge quite a few times, maybe. As in, like, you may have said, it's time to throw in the towel here. You know, this is not going to work. This is not going anywhere. I don't know if we'll be able to commit to one another. I feel like for some of you, it's also been, you know, there's been trying times where the reciprocity just was not there. Either you were able to give more than them, or they were giving more than you. I feel like for a long time, you're both looking for some sort of a balanced energy where both of you are giving equally to this connection, where neither one feels like, hey, I'm on the edge here and I'm about to be pushed off the cliff, you know? So I feel like there has been so much time, energy, hard work, effort that has gone into this connection that it's almost like you're ready. You're both ready for this to finally be what you want it to be. And I feel like that's what you're coming to, because look at this. In that struggle, in that time that you have spent, in the fact that you have given your whole mind, body, heart, soul to this connection, you have created a powerful force of creation here. Your desires, both of you, your desire and your commitment to this relationship, no matter what the roller coasters have been, no matter what the ups and downs have given your soul a very deep-seated power. I feel like, I don't know, you tell me, but I believe in this. I feel like the more challenges life throws our way, and the more we meet those challenges with bravery, courage, chutzpah, right? The more we meet those challenges where they are, and, you know, even though they bring us to the very edge, even though they may bring us to our knees, but every time we get over that next hurdle, I feel like Spirit and the universe rewards us with the power of creativity, soul power, spirit power, deep sense of strength, and the ability to create more and more, to create the life that we want, the love that we want, the relationship that we want. The more we meet these challenges, face them, and defeat them, the greater our spiritual power grows. And the greater our spiritual power grows, the more power we have to create what we want. That's what I believe. You can let me know whether you believe in that too. And I feel it so strong in this connection here. You guys have been to the damn edge. I mean, you've been really tested. Okay. I feel like you've been deeply, deeply tested, but you have passed the universe's tests, you know? And now in the rest of this 2021, as you're coming into this next year as well, the level of commitment between the two of you is going way, way up. Part of it all is also because regardless of the challenges you've faced, you've also decided to be intentional and conscious in your gratitude. That, you know what, even though we've been through a lot together, there is much to be grateful for. There's much to appreciate here as well. And that power of gratitude and appreciation that you carry in your heart is also building that spiritual power, because the more we are grateful, the more we are appreciative, the more power we are given to create, the more manifestation power we have. So I'm loving this. Let's see, what else does Spirit want you to know about what is happening in your connection for the rest of 2021? What else do we need to know here? What else is happening in your connection for the rest of 2021? We have the Hermit. We have the Devil. Interesting. Look at this major arcana, okay? Major spiritual lessons. The World. Wow. Okay. We're on a roll here with major arcana. Queen of Wands. Okay, beautiful. So we have major issues going on here. But again, very good. Okay, very good. Because like I said, you guys have really been through it all here. Look at this. Wow. Look at this. See, this tells me that you guys have dealt with a lot of stuff in this connection. This devil's energy is what has brought you to the edge many times. And I feel very strongly that you have had to do whatever in your power to not go over that edge. So I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that it is time for you to take rest because you have been working very hard at this. Okay, it's time for you to take a rest. I feel like you're very conscious of what your issues have been. Okay, so there's a lot of clarity here. Every time you've come to this edge, you've also increased your level of clarity on what needs to be done here. So the energy I'm getting here is that with this devil's energy, it's like you guys are in the space of conquering this energy. You are very clear on what the issues have been. Neither of you wants to live in a fantasy world. Both of you are very conscious and very clear about what the stakes are and what the obstacles have been that you've had to get over or that you've had to resolve. And I do feel that there is a bit of a lingering energy coming through here for the rest of 2021. You still have a few things here left to deal with. And I feel like you are, though, committed to ending whatever this is. This world's energy to me is very much about both of you being very confident that you both have what it takes to resolve whatever are the remaining issues that are happening in this beautiful connection and this world that you've created for each other and together that you've created. So I feel like Spirit is saying here that the power of your commitment to each other is going to feed your ability to resolve whatever are the lingering effects of this devil's energy. And I do feel that it's on its way out. Very much so. I feel like the devil's energy, or as it represents your obstacles, your issues in this connection, it's an energy that's on its way out. It's an energy that is dispelling itself back into the world and not and is going to give you a break. You know, and I want to commend the two of you. I think the reason for this is because of this Hermit's energy. I feel like the reason that this devil's energy is dissipating out into the world and is no longer going to bother the two of you anymore is because of this Hermit and because of this Queen of Wands. I feel like both of you have really focused on finding not faults with each other, although that is natural. We're obviously going to do that. You know, that's always going to happen because we were all raised differently. We have different personalities, different struggles, different internal worlds, different emotional needs, right? Different ways of handling challenges and problems, different perspectives and mindsets. So I feel like both of you are taking this time with the Hermit's energy to really go within and seek the right answers. You're willing to be honest with yourself and with your partner. And that to me is 50% of the battle here. If you can really go within and be honest about your own shortcomings, take responsibility for the ways in which, you know, you may have contributed to any of these more toxic energies, ways in which maybe your triggers or your past or your wounds may have contributed to this devil's energy and made it difficult for this commitment to really happen. I feel like you're doing that internal work. Or if you haven't started, you're willing to do it. You've come to a point now, again, at the end of this year, where both of you are now ready, willing, and able to look inside and say, you know what, I have to take responsibility for my part of this, for my part of the struggles, because I want this love to last. So I can't just always focus on your, you know, your faults, or I can't criticize you or judge you for the things you've done without taking a hard look at myself as well. So this is why I feel that you guys your world is getting richer. Your world, as you come into this next year, is going to open up beautifully because of the work that you're willing to put into this. So the world that is awaiting you in 2022 is going to be very beautiful, bright, open. And what I mean by the world that is awaiting you is the world of this relationship, as well as the world that you're creating for yourselves, the life that you're creating for yourselves through this relationship. And so that's why this Queen of Wands is going to be a really crucial energy for both of you as you move forward. As you move forward into 2022, this knowing, this understanding, this commitment that you have with one another, this growth spiritually that you're experiencing together is going to make you both much more adventurous, much more bold, decisive. You're going to step into 2022 feeling really amazing. You're going to feel like you can conquer the world together because you have, your vision is going to be so clear. Okay. Your purpose is going to be very clear, both individually as well as a couple. Okay, so beautiful clearing energy happening here for the rest of 2021. A lot of, lingering doubts or anxieties, lingering negativity is going to be cleared out, and new fresh energy is coming in, which is going to make you both much more dynamic and creative and much more of like forces of nature out in the world in 2022. So let's take a look at what else do we need to know about what's happening in your connection for the rest of 2021. And then I'm going to pull a card for your advice from Spirit. Oh my God, look at this. Wow. This is amazing. Let me just pull your advice card as well here. What does Spirit want you to know for the rest of 2021 here? Okay, so you see how we have commitment, see? So I do feel, and we're seeing it here, that for some of you, whatever has gone on here with this devil's energy, with this coming to the edge, like I said, there's been maybe a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges that you guys have faced. So this is why we're getting this energy. So for some of you, this is not for everybody. Some of you may have gone into a deeper struggle, may have gone into some sort of a temporary separation due to these challenges here that we saw, due to this devil's energy. But I feel like, again, your outcome is changing. See, your outcome here is commitment and marriage. So this is so beautiful. I feel like, again, for the rest of 2021, you guys are shifting, major shifts coming through here with an offer or an outcome that you really both want, that you really both are working towards. And now, it could be that you both want marriage, but it doesn't have to be marriage. I feel like this just represents however which way you see commitment in this connection. How do you want to move forward committing to this connection and making sure that you both are on the same page, you want the same things. So I feel like your outcome is so beautiful here. You just have to get over, and I feel like you already are, getting over this energy right here. So let's take a look at your spirit guide, Bridget. Inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. See, so again, I feel like Spirit is saying, if you feel depleted, if you feel that, wow, I've really gone through a lot, I'm feeling tired, it's hard for me to find the gratitude, it's hard for me to find the appreciation. It's because right now you may be feeling a bit fragmented. You may not be feeling the wholeness. You may not be feeling a connection to Spirit, but it's time for you to reestablish that because the power is there. It's there, but you have to claim it. See, inner strength. It's time for you to call upon your inner strength, move into that power, become more whole if you are feeling fragmented or depleted with some of these heavier energies. But I do feel like one thing that you really want to focus on is the fact that whatever these struggles or the separation has been, whatever these difficult situations have been that the two of you have had to tackle together, just know that you have tremendous power because of it. That every time you've tackled this, every time you've resolved this, your creative force, your creative energy has increased. So it's time for you guys to claim that. Okay, so let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I've created here for you, all of the links are in the box below. If you haven't already, please do make sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's absolutely free. It means the world to me and it really helps the channel. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I'll see you all on the next video.